babies are having a crisis.
Oh, no! That's awful! Horrible!
What is it?
Well, it's simpler if I just show you. Teddy, if you please.
Let's put on a show. Here we go.
Jimbo, hit the lights. You see, babies aren't getting as much love as we used to.
Why?
Behold our mortal enemy, puppies.
Aww.
No! That's exactly the problem. This is war. Puppies are winning, and babies are losing.
That's all bad news, baby.
What are we going to do?
You're going to help me.
All right, so I wanted to ask you worked with this director before the sequel for Madagascar, so were you immediately in without knowing what the project was, or was it specific of the Boss Baby concept that got you to come on board?
Well, I think that when you do these things, the person that's doing the knocking, if you will, is important. And in this case, it was Katzenberg, who was the head of the former owner of DreamWorks. And I had worked with Tom, and I loved that idea. He said, "Oh, Tom's going to do this movie," and we had done Rise of the Guardians together, and we did Madagascar together, and I read the script, or they told me what the idea was, and I thought it was very funny. So I mean, the difference in this was I played a larger part, one of the lead parts, and that's a much bigger commitment time-wise. The other films I did, it was kind of in and out in like 8 or 10 sessions, whereas this was a lot of sessions. But I think the movie's really fantastic. I mean, I love the movie. I think it's the artwork and everything is really very funny. But
it just doesn't seem, I mean, I couldn't imagine anybody, it just doesn't seem to work without you. So it's just one of those things where it's a perfect casting, I think. Did anybody, before you became a working professional actor, did anybody ever commented on your voice at all growing up, or at something that you had a peculiar?
I guess, yeah, I guess they did. I think they did. I remember there was an actor years ago who I'm convinced that no one will remember except Turner Classic Movie fans, with a nod toward my late colleague Robert Osborne, who died yesterday.
Yeah.
But, there was an old character actor named Aldo Ray.
Yeah.
You know Aldo Ray?
I know Aldo Ray.
Oh my God!
I teach film history, so I kind of have to.
There you go. So Aldo, someone said to me once, they said, "You're a young Aldo Ray" years ago, because he had a very raspy voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people comment on that before. Yeah.
So did you, given that you were an older brother you had several siblings, did you identify with sort of the other character in this movie about
with Tim?
Yeah.
No, because in my family I was both. I was Tim and the Boss Baby. Ah. I was the privileged one.
You were able to hold on to the power position?
I was the king. And my brothers, they were just vassals. You know what I mean?
Do you think they'll dispute that notion?
Probably. Yeah,
probably. All right. So one of the things, since I'm getting to talk to you, remember seeing Beetlejuice and then seeing Married to the Mob and not knowing that this guy who was playing Michelle Pfeiffer's husband was the same guy who was the lead. So I love that you were so prolific early in your career. Were you making those choices consciously to not be boxed in, or were you just making the best of the material you were being offered then?
Well, I think that for me, because I was always an actor for hire, and even though I did produce some things I did, I really looked at it like I just took the job that was the best thing in front of me. Like at a certain time, I would say, well, I want to go to work. I've been sitting around for a while. And what's something that has some potential, and I would go do that. You know, to be someone like Hanks, where you have the best writers and the best directors and all the money you need to make the movie and everything kind of lavished at your feet to make great films, that's such a wonderful position to be in. And for me, what I did was just kind of look at what was out there floating around. I go, well, I'll do this. And sometimes there were periods where that was very eclectic and very kind of disparate in some way. Until I did the TV show for a while. But I love making films, and as you get older, that's the challenge, is to find something you haven't played already. You know?
So real quick, they're gonna throw me out, but there was a monologue in Malice where you end up saying, "I am God."
I am God.
You think that sort of prepared you to the character you're playing on
Probably
SNL?
Probably more than. No, I thought you meant the movie.
No, the
right.
character you're playing on SNL regularly.
Well, I don't want to make too many snide comments about Trump. I'd say that I don't think that's the case with Trump. I think that Trump is someone who doesn't know who he is. You know, when someone says, "I am God," that's someone who at least has a clear vision on who they are. I don't think Trump has any idea who he is.
I just love that movie, and I want to talk to you about
thank
it.
you.
So, nice talking to you.
Thank you, too.
Jimbo, puppies are evil. Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
This is my team? A musclehead, a bunch of yes men, and a doodler?
Exactly. Affirmative.
Put that cookie down. Cookies are for closers.
Parents.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting.
God, this is so humiliating.